Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well in the current situation. I've decided to film a video that I promised you in my last one just to maybe entertain you, help you take mind of things for just a little bit. And so I have my computer right here and I picked some photos over the years of how my hairstyle changed. I have some of my own photos and then some from my early childhood I stole from my mom. So anyway, let's get started. So growing up as like a little child, I always used to have short hair because it was just easier to maintain it that way for my mom, and I actually think it looked kind of cute. And then as I went to kindergarten and later to school, my mom let my hair grow out, but I always had bangs, and so that they don't get in the way, I always had my hair braided into like two French braids, and I think it like worked. But then as I grew older, I eventually got kind of sick of it. So in 2010 I decided to grow my bangs out. I cut my hair short. Like the shortest I ever went is basically this length that I had a couple times in my life. But I always kept my hair color. It maybe used to be like a little bit lighter and it got darker over the years. I just let my hair grow, and like once a year I would go and get it trimmed back to the short length. At one point I also, especially as my bangs were growing out, I really liked wearing these like headscarves. And like I wore it like every day. But then 2015 came around and I entered my emo phase. It didn't last too long and it never looked too good because I was too afraid to like cut my side bangs or anything, so I wanted to just like work with one length all over the head, which like obviously would not work, but I used to tease my hair and like put a lot of hairspray on it to try and make it work. But as you can tell, it did not. It just did not work. So eventually, throughout 2015, because I found my love for metal and everything metal related, so eventually I started wearing my hair more naturally. But yeah, so like I ditched all of the hairspray and everything because it was too much work and I just did not like it. I also first went super hard on the eyeliner and then like eventually cut back on the makeup as well. So then in spring or summer, maybe like more over spring of 2015, I dreaded my hair for the first time. But I just made two dreadlocks, right here, like one on each side, and this is like the only good photo that I have of it. I liked it. I had them for like 4 months, but then I got sick of them and I actually brushed them out. But that didn't really like last long, me not having dreadlocks, because I missed them. Like a few months after that, I missed them so much. I really wanted them back. But this time I was like ready to go a little bit more crazy. So my plan was to dye my hair just here in the back, and like the basically this section of my hair I wanted to dye it, and I wanted to dye it green, but I wanted to dye half of it green and have the other half dreaded with my natural hair color. I don't know what I was thinking. And I'm gonna tell you, I did not actually do it. I just ended up with two dreadlocks on one side, which I think was this side. And I actually had those two dreadlocks since the summer of 2015 till the summer of 2019. So it's super crazy to look how they grew on me and how I have been like changing with them. And I loved them so much. They were so pretty. I just loved them. So that was it for 2015. Now for the real tea. Like in 2016, I went nuts. Like that was the year when I actually started having fun with my hair and really went for it, because like as soon as the summer break of 2016 started, I went ahead and dyed, or my neighbor dyed my hair this ink blue. I felt so good having this dark blue hair. I felt so cool and everything. It washed out pretty fast. Like I didn't dye my hair blue ever again. I just dyed it once. When I was dyeing my hair blue, I didn't want to have just like these weird two dreadlocks of my natural color, and I didn't want to dye my dreadlocks. I wanted to keep them my natural hair color. And so I decided that the best thing would be to actually make one row of dreads. Like I had two dreadlocks, so I made four more to finish like the low row where you would start with your dreadlocks. Here is when I was celebrating my 15th birthday, and my hair was really faded. And I was like, oh, what should I do next? And somebody from my class bet me like, hey, I bet you're not gonna dye your hair green, like that's such a crazy color, right? And I was like, okay, I'm going green. So before I went to green, it seems like each time I dyed my hair, I added more dreadlocks. So even this time, I was like, okay, before I'm gonna dye my hair green, I want to make another row of dreadlocks. And I basically had the idea that the dreadlocks are gonna be brown, so I'm gonna dye first the blue faded hair, just that one section brown, then I'm gonna make brown dreadlocks. I think there were 7 of them. So I'm gonna have like one blonde row, one brown row of dreads, and then the rest of the hair green. And I was so happy with it. But at this point, like as the months, or like maybe just weeks, I think it was just weeks, went on, I was like, I need to dread all of my hair. Now I'm 15, I can do whatever I want. I'm gonna dread the whole thing. So since like the December of 2016 to May, I ended 1st of May of 2017, I was adding rows of dreads. I had like one row, and then like 2 weeks after I was like, oh, I have a free day, so I'm gonna make another row. I did it all by myself. I sectioned it by looking back in the mirror. So here I was with like 3 colored hair, like blonde, brown, green dreads. I loved it. I was living for it. I loved it so much. And because it was so faded, after a while it like faded quite a lot, so I decided to re-dye it green. Like green was the one color that I actually did more than once, so I re-dyed it green. And yeah, as the months went by, my dreads got eventually like pretty long, and I adored them. Like this was like the best year of my life when it comes to me being happy with my dreads, because I think like the green just worked for me. With the second row, the brown row of the dreads, as I like went to create more rows, I realized that they were super thick and I wasn't happy with them. So I had them for like 2 weeks, and after that I decided to brush all of the dreads from the row out and redo them, because I knew that I was gonna have them for quite a while and I didn't want to have them messed up from the beginning. Yeah, so that's that. And then another change. Um, I'm gonna look when it was. The winter of 2017, beginning of the new year, I decided to dye my dreadlocks all brown, except of my like blonde dreads, because as the year went by with the green dreadlocks, the brown on the second row faded, and it faded so well that it actually looked like my natural color. Yeah, so that's exactly what I did. At first, it looked super dark, but then it faded, and I loved it. I loved having long dreads. I thought that they were so gorgeous, but they felt kind of heavy, so I cut them for the first time. It was in spring of 2018. Yeah, so that was the first time I cut my dreads shorter, just a little tiny bit, and I loved it. I was so happy with it, and then uh, I just I just left it alone, and then I know that in late autumn of 2018, I got them even shorter. I haven't had my hair short like that in any way, shape, or form since like 2013. So literally after, what is that, 5 years, I had shorter hair again, or like shorter dreads, but shorter hairstyle, all in all. And I thought that it looked so cute. I liked it so much. I mean, I guess that like every time I had anything with dreadlocks, I always liked it. And I actually cut it in the middle of our ballroom dancing lessons that we like automatically have in every high school. So that was fun. That was the last time I did anything to my dreads. In 2019, I just let it grow and do its thing. And I know that in February of like on our spring break, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last video. Yeah, I did. I definitely did. I brushed out like 5 of the dreadlocks in the front, because also in the beginning I had this like one stubborn dread you can see here, and he always like was poking out of my head, and yeah, like he was always problematic, and then he like divided into two, then he grew out, and I actually cut it so it was 2 dreadlocks, and the other one was super flat. Yeah, so I just brushed them out, and yeah, and then it came into the final summer, in the summer of 2019, when I brushed out all of my dreads, and that I have documented, and I showed you in my last video. If you haven't not seen it, like, it's gonna be linked right here. And here we are. I'm happy. Like, even like 6-7 months after I brushed out my dreadlocks, I'm happy with my decision. I think that it was really like the end of the journey, and like they grew with me in the most important time of my life, and I'm never gonna regret it. But also I am happy that I have my hair back and that I can do whatever I want with it, which isn't gonna be really that much, I think. We shall see. Maybe quarantine will make me do something, like, I don't know, maybe cut my bangs or something. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you with like more of my usual content, I hope very soon, because I have like maybe 20 videos pre-recorded since 2018, and I want to edit them all and like put them out there. I just, with all the projects and everything that has been happening since the end of 2018, like I have not been able to edit anything, so I'm slowly working through it, because I'm lucky that the current pandemic is not affecting me in basically any major way. I'm so sorry for all of you that have been affected, and I hope that you're okay, and I hope that everyone around you is doing fine, and I hope that soon this will be over and we'll be all able to go outside again. I also hope that you stay inside, because like that's crucial. Like if you don't stay inside, this is gonna spread like crazy. I guess I'm just gonna end this video here. I hope you liked it, and I will see you in my next video very, very soon. Bye bye.